friends, in this video you can learn about the biochemistry first chapter, which is a cell. So cell, you all are aware about the cell. Cell is structural and functional unit of life, and this basic unit of various biological activities or the biological reactions that it will be happens in our body. The concept of cell, it is originated from the contribution of scientists such as Sheldon and Shawn in 1838, and however, it was only after 1940 the complexity of cell structure were exposed. And these cells are classified into two categories. The first one will be prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cells having the lack of well-defined nucleus and having relative simple structure. Take the example which is bacteria. Bacteria having the simple structure and the nucleus which is a lack of well-defined. And that nucleus is not well-defined. Okay. In the eukaryotic cells, it will be possess the well-defined nucleus and the having more complex structure as well as the function of the eukaryotic cells. And it will be found in the higher organisms such as animal and plants that are composed with the eukaryotic cells. Then it is very important to make a comparison between the prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So on the basis of the characteristics of the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells, we can make the comparison between these. So on the basis of the first point, size of prokaryotic cells which is very small, and eukaryotic cells having the large size, that is a 10 to 100 micron, and prokaryotic cells having the 1 to 10 micrometers. Then cell membrane. Prokaryotic cells is enveloped by the rigid cell wall, means that is covered in the rigid cell wall that unable to bend or not flexible. But in eukaryotic cells, the cell is enveloped by the flexible plasma membrane. Then another point, third, which is a subcellular organelles. In the prokaryotic cell, subcellular organelles are absent, but these are present in the eukaryotic cell, such as mitochondria, nucleus, and lysosomes. These are the organelles of the eukaryotic cells. The nucleus, that point we have already discussed. So we can discuss the next point, which is energy metabolism. In these prokaryotic cells, mitochondria is absent. Hence, the enzymes of energy metabolism bound to the membrane. And the eukaryotic cells, the enzymes of energy metabolism that are located in the mitochondria. Okay. Then we'll see the next characteristic, which is a cell division. Cell division is happen in prokaryotic cells usually as a fission or no mitosis. So what is fission? Fission is nothing but the action or the process of dividing into the central part. Means the central part which is present in the prokaryotic cell, that is a nucleus. That is directly divided and the created new cell. But in the eukaryotic cells, there is a mitosis, that will be the division of cell, and we can having the different cells. Then we will see the in detail eukaryotic cells. In human body, which is composed of about 10 raised to 14th cells in our body, near about 250 types of the specialized cell are present in human body. Example, erythrocytes, nerve cells, muscle cell, beta cells of pancreas. These are the examples. And the eukaryotic cell is generally having the 10 to 100 micrometers in their diameter. These plant cells differ from the animal cells by possessing the rigid cell wall, mostly the composed cellulose, and having the chloroplast, that is the site of the photosynthesis. Then this cell are consist of well-defined subcellular organelles that envelop by the plasma membrane, which is enveloped by the plasma membrane, and it is possible to isolate the each cellular organelles in the related pure form by using the differential centrifugations of the tissue homogenate. And the various distribution of major enzymes and the metabolic pathway in the different cellular organelles that we can learn in the enzyme. So we will see the structure of the eukaryotic cells. So it will be the structure of eukaryotic cells. It will be having the various organelles such as mitochondria, plasma membrane, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, peroxisomes, cytoskeleton, cytosols, then nucleus, nucleoles. Okay, these are the organelles of the human cells. Then we will be discuss about the nucleus. Nucleus, largest organelles which is present in the eukaryotic cells, and that nucleus is surrounded by the double membrane nuclear envelope. Okay, that is wrapped with the double membrane nuclear envelope, which is first one, that is outer membrane is continuous with the membrane of endoplasmic reticulum. In certain interval, the two nuclear membranes are having the nuclear pores with the diameter about the 90 nanometers, and that permits the free passage of the product synthesized in the nucleus into the surrounding cytoplasm. Means the pores present in the nucleus that can be free pass the product which is synthesized in nucleus, and that will be transported or the passage to the surrounding cytoplasm. Nucleus also contains DNA. So DNA is nothing but the repository of the genetic informations. The repository is nothing but the storage of the genetic information. In eukaryotic DNA, it is associated with the basic protein, that is histone, in the ratio of the 1:1 to form the nucleosome, and this assembly of nucleosomes constitute the chromatin. That assembly of nucleosome constitute the chromatin fibers of chromosomes. It is very important because of in human body there is single human chromosome which is composed of the million nucleosomes. Means the one single human chromosome is composed about the millions of the nucleosomes, and the number of chromosomes is characteristic features of the species. Number of chromosomes which is characteristic features of the species. In human body, in human being having 46 chromosomes which is compactly packed in the nucleus. Then the nucleus of the eukaryotic cell contain the dense body. It contain the dense body that are known as nucleoles. And that nucleus is rich in RNA. That nucleus which is rich in RNA, and that RNA, the particularly ribosomal RNA, which enters in the cytosols, through the nucleus pore. And the grounded material of the nucleus, are known as nucleoplasm. And that nucleoplasm is rich in the enzymes such as DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase. Okay, so there is a disease conditions such as HGPS, which is a Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndromes. That is rare conditions of the aging beginning at the birth. Aging begins at the birth. That incidence which will be found in 1 in the 5 million birth. But these HGPS distortions of nuclear envelope due to the accumulation of the abnormal protein, namely lamina A. So that is very important point. You have to remember the lamina A, because of there might be having some MCQs such as So you can remember the HGPS, that will be destruction of nuclear envelope due to the accumulation of the abnormal protein, and that protein name is lamina A. Then we will see the next organelles, which is a mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria are the centers of cellular respiration and energy metabolism. This is very simple, and this mitochondria is referred as the powerhouse of the cells, and this mitochondria will be having the variable size and shape. So size and shape, as like the mitochondria are having the rod-like filamentous body, usually with the dimension of 1 to 3 micrometers. Certainly 2000 mitochondria present in the cell, and that occupies about the 1/5 of the total volume of cells, and that are present in the typical cell. Then these mitochondria are composed with the double membrane system. These mitochondria are composed with the double membrane system, that will be the outer membrane and the inner membrane. Okay, so outer membrane is nothing but the smooth, and it will be having the completely envelope of the organelles. And the internal membranes, it is folded. Okay, it is folded to form the crest, which occupy the larger surface area. Then the internal chamber of mitochondria are known as matrix or the metasols. Okay, so that is main component of electron transport chains and oxidative phosphorylations, such as flavoproteins, cytochromes B. Okay, so and the coupling factors that are buried in the inner mitochondrial matrix in mitochondrial membrane. This matrix contains the several enzymes concerned with the energy metabolism, such as carbohydrate, lipid, and amino acids. We can take the example citric acid cycle and the E-oxidation. Okay, so this mitochondrial matrix contains the several enzymes which is related to the energy metabolism of carbohydrate, lipid, and acids that will be found in the citric acid cycle or the E-oxidation. Then the enzymes also participate in the synthesis of heme and urea. The mitochondria are the principal producers of ATP in the aerobic cells, and the ATP is the energy currency that generated from the mitochondria. It is exported to all the part of our cells to provide their energy to work their cellular work. And in the mitochondrial matrix, it contains the circular double-stranded DNA, such as we can say mtDNA or RNA and ribosomes. Then mitochondria is equipped with the independent protein synthesizing machineries. Means mitochondria having the machineries which can independently produce or synthesize the proteins. That will be the protein synthesizing machineries present in the mitochondria. Near about estimated 10% of mitochondrial proteins are produced. In this cell, and the structure and function of mitochondria is closely related to it will be resembled to the prokaryotic cells. And it is a hypothesis that mitochondria have evolved from the aerobic bacteria. Then we will see the endoplasmic reticulum. The network of membrane, which is enclosed space that extend through the cytoplasm, constitute which is a endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum, some of this thread-like structure which is extended from the nuclear pore, pore to the plasma membrane. Okay, and the large portion of endoplasmic reticulum, which is studied with the ribosomes to give the granular appearance to the endoplasmic reticulum, and that will be known as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are the factories of protein synthesis. Okay, so remember this point, ribosomes are the factories of protein biosynthesis. Then during the process of cell fractionation, rough endoplasmic reticulum is disrupted from the cell. From the small vesicles are known as microsomes, and this microsome may not be noted that the microsomes such as does not occur in the cell. Okay, so smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain the ribosome. In the smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain ribosome, and it involves in the synthesis of lipid. Such as triglycerides, phospholipids, steroids. Also, it will be involved in the metabolism of drugs. Besides, it can be supply the calcium for the various cellular function. Okay, so this is the role of endoplasmic reticulum. Then we'll see the Golgi apparatus. Okay, that Golgi apparatus is a very important topic in the cellular organelles. So in the eukaryotic cells, it contains the unit clusters of membrane. Unit cluster of the membrane vesicles are known as dictosomes, and which is turned into the constituent of the Golgi apparatus, or it will be also known as the Golgi complex. Okay, so whenever newly synthesized proteins in cell that are handed over to the Golgi apparatus and which catalyze the addition of carbohydrate, lipid and sulfate moieties to the protein. That chemical modifications are necessary to transport the protein across the plasma membrane. Means that chemical modifications are necessary to transport the protein across the plasma membrane. In the certain protein and enzymes are enclosed in the membrane vesicles of Golgi apparatus, and that secreted from the cell after the appropriate signal. Okay, so this is an important point because of various digestive enzymes of pancreas which are produced in this fashion. Take the example, which is a insulin that can be produced by this process or this fashion. The Golgi apparatus are also involved in the membrane synthesis, particularly for the formation of intracellular organelles. Examples: peroxisomes and lysosomes. Then we will see the lysosomes. Lysosomes are spherical vesicles involved by the single membrane. These lysosomes are spherical vesicles, and that wrap up with the single membrane. And these lysosomes are regarded as the digestive tract of the cells, since they are actively involved in the digestion of the cellular substance. These are the actively involved in the digestion of the cellular substance, namely protein, lipid, carbohydrate and nucleic acid. Okay, so these lysosomes also categorized as a hydrolase, that including the enzymes which is a deglucosidase, that is glycogen, cathepsin, it's related to the proteins, lipase, which is related to lipid, ribonuclease, which is a RNA. So these lysosomal enzymes are responsible for the maintaining the cellular compound in the dynamic state. Okay, whatever with the enzyme present in the lysosome or the lysosomal enzymes are responsible for maintaining the cellular compounds in dynamic state by their degradation and recycling. And the next point, degraded product leaves the lysosomes usually by the diffusion for the reutilization by the cell. Okay, it can be reutilized by the cell. Sometime, however, there certain residual product rich in lipid and protein, these are collectively known as the lipofuscin, accumulate in the cell. and this lipofuscin is the age pigment or wear and tear pigment which has been implicated in the aging process. Very important, which has been implicated in the aging process. Whenever the cell dies, the lysosomes rupture. Lysosome ruptures and release the hydrolytic enzymes that result in the post-mortem autolysis. You can remember this point also. That will be also important. Then these digestive enzymes of cellular compounds are conformed to lysosome in the best interest of cell. Skip these enzymes into the cytosols will destroy the functional macromolecules of the cell and result in the many complications. It will be result in the many complications, and it will be occurrence of several diseases such as arthritis, muscles disease, allergic disorders has been partly attributed to the release of the lysosomal enzymes. Then the inclusion cell disease, which generally we can see eye cell. Okay, this disease is rare condition due to the absence of certain hydrolase enzymes in the lysosome. However, these enzymes are synthesized and found in the circulation. These enzymes are synthesized and found in the circulation. This eye cell disease is due to the defect in the protein targeting. As this enzyme cannot reach the lysosomes. That is the also important point you may remember. Then we will see the peroxisomes. This peroxisome is also known as the microbodies, and that are single membrane cellular organelles. This basically it is a spherical or oval in shape, and it contains the enzymes catalase. This catalase protects the cell. This catalase enzyme which protects the cell from the toxic effect of the H2O2, hydrogen peroxides, by converting into the water and O2. It converts the H2O and O2. Okay, so these peroxisomes are also involved in the oxidation of long chain fatty acids and the synthesis of the plasmogens and glycolipids. Okay, so that is very much important. Then these plant contain the glycosomes, are specialized type of the peroxisomes which are involved in the glycolate pathway. Means the plant containing glycosomes that are specialized type of the peroxisome which are involved in the glycolate pathway. Okay, also it will be having the one disease which is related to the peroxisomes, which is a peroxisome biogenesis disorder, that is known as the PBDs, and these are the group of the rare disease involving in the enzyme activities of the peroxisomes. The biochemical abnormalities associated with the PBDs including the increased level of very long chain fatty acids such as C24 and C26, and decrease in the concentration of plasmalogens, which is a decrease in concentration of the plasmalogens in our cells, and that mostly severe form of the PBDs. Most severe form of the PBDs is Zellweger syndromes. Zellweger syndromes is the condition characterized by the absence of the functional peroxisomes in the cells, and the victim of disease may die within the 1 year after birth. Then we'll see the another organelles, which is a cytosols and cytoskeleton. These are the cellular matrix which is collectively referred as cytosols. Cytosols is basically a compartment containing the several enzymes, means the cytosol having the compartment which contain the several enzymes, metabolites, and the salt in the aqueous gel-like medium, which is present in the aqueous gel-like medium. In the more recent study, however, they indicate that the cytoplasm actually contains the complex network of the protein filament as well as spread throughout the constituent cytoskeleton. Okay. Then the cytoplasmic filaments are three types. Then the cytoplasmic filament are three types, which is microtubules, actin filaments, and the intermediate filament. Okay. So this is the three types of the cytoplasmic filament, and these filaments, which are polymers of proteins, and that are responsible for the structure, shape, and organization of the cell. That are responsible for what? The structure, cell, shape, and organization of the cell. Then some another points. In eukaryotic cells perform the wide range of complex reactions and function to maintain this tissue as well as having the ultimate well-being to the whole organisms, means that will be having the main role. And for this purpose, the various intracellular processes and biochemical reactions are tightly controlled and integrated. Apoptosis, it is programmed cell death and cell suicide. Okay, this will be occur when the cell has fulfilled their biological action. So remember this apoptosis, and this apoptosis may be regarded as a natural cell death, and it is different from the cell death caused by the injury due to the radiation such as anoxia, eczema, etc. Programmed cell death is highly regulated process. Programmed cell is highly regulated process in the cells. Then we will see the various applications of biochemistry in pharmaceuticals. So it will be applied in medicine for clinical purpose, for the diagnosis and monitoring the wide range of infections as well as the autoimmune disease such and cancer and neurodegenerative disorders. Also it will be helpful for the designer of the drugs, means we can produce the new generation antibiotic, more efficacious chemotherapy agent, and the vaccines in the biochemistry. Then it will be also helpful in the agriculture, producing insecticides as well as herbicides. We can also produce the transgenic crops. Genetically modified food we can produce as well as the organisms. And it is also useful in the enzyme catalysis, synthesis, and detoxification. And the understand the last one, which is understand the metabolic disorders related the various biochemical pathways or will the in body. So this is all about the cell chapter.